my mic muted this whole time when we got back. I can't. I just... Alright. Sorry, guys. Apologies. We're back. Small little picnic. We're not so bad, though. And we're in the final series of the day. It's a best of 5 to close out the losers bracket. We've had a lot of really fantastic matches, so quite frankly, if you're a dedicated StarCraft fan, go to the VODs here on Twitch, or check them out when they're on YouTube, because we've had some really, really good games today. But spawning in the top left corner of the map, playing for CM Storm, it's the blue Terran player leading 2-0 in the series. It's Polt.
The bottom right is the red Terran. It's XenoCider. So, how's it going, Rifkin? Hanging in there, buddy?
Yeah, it's going absolutely fantastically, Zomgrib. I get to watch 2 professional Terran players go at it at a high level of StarCraft 2. It's the finals of the Taipei Qualifier. I couldn't be more ecstatic.
Mm-hmm. And you should be. But XenoCider needs to bring it back 3 games, okay? I'm really disappointed you didn't like my joke that much, by the way. I thought it was a good joke. And you were like, yeah, I know what it is.
3 games in a row is going to be really difficult. Truthfully speaking, we made jokes about coming to this series with the curse and all that, but this is a completely different looking TVT than we saw before. When he played against Polt, XenoCider had a little bit of control of the map, he had control of the series, he knew what he was doing through and through. But even then, coming to this series, he knew Polt was going to play pretty typical, and he's still struggling to deal with it.
Yeah.
Not game 1, of course, that doesn't count, but speaking more
looks
specifically
like
in game 2.
Polt is going to do the same thing he did game 1. Alright, so coincidentally, just does it on a map where you do have that abusive tank spot. So I expect what happens is that he goes for the command center and goes up to the 1-1-1, and XenoCider goes up to the Banshee build, and then Polt takes some damage against the tanks on the low ground to the left of his natural. I guess this is how the game will go.
Well, that's how it attempted to go last time, that's for sure.
Exactly. I see the future, Rifkin.
Really? Because it sounds like you're describing the past.
The past and the future.
And it's called the
not
present
so different
because it's a gift or something.
I was gonna go with like time is like, you know, circular.
Time is money, friends. I cannot do a goblin voice. Pretend I'm embarrassed. Oh gosh.
I think it did what it was supposed to, which would be really creepy. So.
Yeah, sure. Then I nailed it.
Yeah.
But for Polt's sake, changes it up yet again. Doesn't go for that standard 1-1-1. Gets the command center down. And looks to sail what is possibly a 3-0 if he can abuse this. We saw XenoCider really take a big dip in army supply the last time Polt did this. And this is the big problem. When you're doing what XenoCider does, even with the Banshee as the opener, the potential for damage I don't feel exceeds necessarily the danger that the command center presents itself with. But with a couple of Hellions and what am I, and hell, even these Marines just being out, Polt's going to be able to deal with the initial attack. No problem. It's the dedication of that Banshee coming down later that gets a little bit scary.
Polt had perfect timing on the missile turrets and overgrowth, so I am not worried about that. I am only worried about the tank push on the left side, if that's what XenoCider decides to do.
You're really obsessed with the tank push over here, jeez. Because
it's gonna happen. It's exactly what it was like on the last game we played on King Sejong. They both attempted to go for it and then turned it into a different type of game, I think, because no one was really able to abuse it, but they tried for it. By the way, that Reaper got in, saw everything it needed to, and got out without getting hit once. I think that's kind of unfair.
Yeah, but too bad life's not fair. Deal with it.
Wow, Rifkin is so salty and like pessimistic and just grumpy pants.
Don't put emotions in my mouth.
Don't put it. No one makes me feel my own feels.
Nobody makes me feel my own feels.
Alright,
medevac coming across the map for Polt looks a little bit scary. There's a Wood of Mine in here, but truthfully speaking, this Wood of Mine, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. It's not like you drop on top of a Zerg player. You're not going to get those sick-ass crazy hits. And the Banshee even picks off the Reaper there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Cloak does go down. We'll kill the Wood of... Oh!
That was a cool pickup.
Yeah. Hot, hot, hot. Hot pocket. All right, so XenoCider just goes towards the right, actually, and we'll just, I mean, he's not sieging up there necessarily. Is he really looking for an opportunity to break this? He could, maybe. I mean, it's only one bunker.
Hot pocket.
You haven't even had one. America's the greatest.
But I've seen Jim Gaffigan and heard his comedy stylings.
Well, you should have an actual hot pocket and appreciate the goodness. Polt dropped, by the way, on the bottom of XenoCider's base, and is actually doing some damage, not a lot.
Yeah, 3 more CVs go down. Tanks in a pretty nice spot there for XenoCider, but Logan joined the cast a little bit late, saying, "Wait, so XenoCider took a game off of Polt earlier?" XenoCider didn't just take a game off of Polt. XenoCider's the one who killed Polt and put him in the loser's bracket in the first place.
And now revenge is being had.
Yes, Polt saying, "All right, XenoCider, I'll let you have a little bit of a spotlight early on. Now it's my turn." Although XenoCider's in, I'd say, a better spot for potential aggression this game, whereas last time it was a little bit awkward because he kind of flopped out early, I felt. But this time, tanks are coming out a pretty decent shot. He kept that Banshee alive, so he's going to be able to get some maybe shots off in the back. But Polt's kind of expecting what you predicted, and I think that's going to hurt, as Xeno's actually coming in from the other side.
What is that? Is that drop taking down a Banshee? Oh, Polt's drop almost took down a Banshee. It's quite close, but it is looking really similar to that Overgrowth game. When we got the 2 bunkers, just like on the Overgrowth game, and you know, Polt just being the very defensive player. You know, XenoCider has not thrown down a natural yet, looking to do more damage before he decides that he can macro out of it.
Nice pick up on the tank on the XenoCider. Will cost him his Banshee, but I don't think Polt's going to be able to break 3 tanks. Not with just what he has.
Doesn't look like it. Tried to dive on that 1 tank with a couple Marines, and, well, suddenly Polt has nothing.
Oh, he's got 1 tank coming out here in a second's time. If you get a good position, you can hold that ramp. But if he holds the ramp, keeps the command center alive, he's in a good spot. In fact, another tank over here by the command center is getting shot at. Vikings landing on top of this. Marine count, though, has dwindled in a big way. Everything's pretty much on fire or dying. It looks like XenoCider's attack is over. However, all he's really done is evened up the SCV count. Because his command center is so late, I don't think that was enough.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It is too bad, you know? It did do... If the command center was finished, it would be absolutely perfect, but it's not, so... Polt will increase in SCVs a lot faster than XenoCider, and also be better at mining with them as well. I mean, XenoCider's still mining off that 1 base. Tries to use that drop. 3 Marines, man. They've been trying to do whatever they can. Polt's production was also up and ready to go. That's kind of why we saw such a lack of units. It was really 2 tanks that helped Polt live through that. But now the barracks are done, and they're getting their add-ons. And he's getting stim, which, by the way, XenoCider has not started, so we have a very late stim. You can kind of get away with... Yeah, you can kind of get away with late stim and TVT. I just feel like this is too late.
I'm loving just how badass these groups of 3 Marines have been. This isn't the first time we're seeing it. Like, leading into this, yeah, good game's gonna be called. Without the command center down, I don't think XenoCider was willing to just fight that out, only to lose 20 minutes.